Welcome back. Only an announcement is left to be made. The convincing is already done. The RSS is on Narendra Modi's side and internal dissent, the little that has been there, has been quelled. Amit Shah, close aide of Narendra Modi, is set to become the president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. With this move, the hold that Narendra Modi has over not just the government, but now the party as well is complete. The BJP might deny, but what is worrying is that the charges against Amit Shah are not seemingly grave enough for the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's the big debate that we're having on To The Point this evening at 9 p.m. His meteoric rise within the party ranks was nothing but obvious after BJP's resounding victory in the Lok Sabha polls, and most of which can be attributed to Amit Shah's performance in the Hindi heartland. And now with the RSS seal over his elevation, it is imminent that Amit Shah is all set to lead the BJP after Rajnath Singh.
कांग्रेस पार्टी है 30 राज्यों में जे भेगू कर्यु एना करता डबल अमित भाई एकला उत्तर प्रदेश में कर्यु.
An elated Modi after the Vadodara mega win, singing praises for his most trusted aide Amit Shah, who just deserved the best from his boss. With Modi swearing in as the Prime Minister of the country, Shah's planned elevation doesn't surprise anyone. Soon Shah will take the calls at BJP headquarters as the BJP president. The search for the new president began after Rajnath Singh joined the government. In the race, Shah had just one competitor. JP Nadda was being touted as an RSS favourite. But was the impressive victory in UP and Modi's firm backing that seems to have tilted the scales in favour of Amit Shah? Shah's 2014 heroics left everyone in the BJP speechless. From ticket distribution to booth management or to even playing the caste and communal card, every trick worked. Modi's master strategist used technology to his advantage. BJP's UP office under him had a war room complete with a high-tech control room and a call centre. He used 400 Modi vans to take Modi's message directly to remote villages. Not to forget the master stroke of fielding in Modi from Varanasi that proved to be the game changer.
आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी हमारे बीच में आ चुके हैं. जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद नरेंद्र मोदी जिंदाबाद.
Shah is credited with turning the Modi wave into a tsunami. Now BJP intends to benefit from Shah as nearly 4 major states head for assembly elections, and it's banking on its Chanakya for a 2014 encore. Bureau Report, headlines today.
Siddharth Vardarajan, senior journalist, is still with us from the capital. Neeja Chaudhary, senior journalist, will be joining us in just a bit. Arjun Morwadia, senior leader of the Congress party, is joining us from Ahmedabad. And Sanjay Kaul, member of the BJP, is also joining us from Gurgaon. Let me start with you, Mr. Sanjay Kaul. Amit Shah is facing cases in connection, 2 cases essentially. One with the alleged fake encounter deaths of Sohrabuddin Sheikh and wife Kausar B in 2005 and the killing of witness Tulsi Ram Prajapati in 2006. My question to begin with is, how can such a person be suitable to lead a party as the BJP, and that too as the president of the party?
Well, frankly, I don't even know why you're asking me the question. I don't think he has been declared the president of the party.
Are you trying to suggest that he's not the front runner?
No, but I'm thinking, yours is a very loaded question, and naturally it must follow that we have to have a discussion based on facts or determinable facts. And since they are absent, I think this is completely a speculative discussion. So that is why I asked you the question.
But if I were to ask you that a man who's tipped to become the BJP president has 2 cases against him, as the BJP, as a leader of the BJP, would you say it's speculative and not respond, Mr. Sanjay Kaul?
No, I think you're asking a quite a different question, and I think it has really nothing to do with the presidency. What you're really saying is, and what I think everybody understands by now, is that the spate of cases against Mr. Shah are pretty much in line with the sort of harassment that Mr. Modi has also undergone in the regime of the Congress in the last 10 years. So, and progressively we see that somehow these cases sort of don't stand to scrutiny and they hold no water. So my point is that if that's the case, then to start speculating about and pontificating on those is completely useless. The fact is that there is a legal process, and increasingly we see that they're all falling apart as we progress. And so I think that is a completely different process, and it should continue the way it continues. And I think everybody has
Mr. Sanjay Kaul, since you're saying that my question is very speculative, let me rephrase my question. Last October, the Gujarat High Court granted bail to Amit Shah after 2 months. After 2 months of having been arrested in the Sohrabuddin Sheikh fake encounter case. He was arrested for 2 months. My question is, in a government where Narendra Modi has absolutely zero tolerance towards any kind of criminality, should a person with such a record or such cases against him, as motivated as you might claim they be considered for the job of BJP president? Now, I'm not being speculative, I'm asking you a question.
No, you are being speculative in the sense that you're saying should anybody be considered. But one is that you have to understand this is not a government position. And if indeed that has been the case, then I think it would, the party would, and the government would probably, or that if he had took up a position in government, that would have been an issue. But you could have asked the same question when we went into election and said, does he have the right basically to be the strategist general secretary for the party? Should he be actually managing our elections in UP? I mean, there is no end to the kind of questions that you can ask based on that speculative idea. And also remember, this the fake part of the fake case is not determined yet. And I think, as I have indicated, that as things stand and as they are turning out, these are all cases that have been purposefully set up during the regime of the Congress. Why are you betting so much on cases which you have progressively seen in front of your eyes have fallen apart for lack of or due to major weaknesses? So I think the thing that you have to really look at right now is that these are not related questions at all.
Okay, you might consider them not to be related questions because the BJP has for long said that these cases are completely motivated. The CBI has worked at the behest of the government. The CBI is now under the NDA government. We'll see how that goes. But let me bring Siddharth Vardarajan in. By getting Amit Shah, with the kind of cases that is there, and even though Sanjay Kaul might deny that this is now an absolute eventuality that he is going to be the BJP president, do you think that this whole claim that was being made by Narendra Modi about zero tolerance to criminality, takes a hit, and at the same time, do you think that the BJP doesn't care about that when it comes to Amit Shah?
It takes such a solid hit that I don't think the party's image can really recover. I want to remind viewers about the name of a former BJP president, Mr. Bangaru Lakshman, who was forced to resign, rightly so, because he was captured on camera accepting a bribe. And there too one could have said, and his supporters initially did say that well, a case has been filed, he hasn't been found guilty, the matter will be tried, etc., etc. This is a frame by secular media, etc. But eventually he was, he went. And now Amit Shah is charged with 2 serious crimes. Now let's set that aside. If I'm sorry, the BJP spokesman was just on. If he says these are motivated cases that will fall apart, I don't think he's right, but let's grant him that. During the election campaign, Mr. Amit Shah is indicted by the Election Commission for giving communal speeches. Now, on the one hand, we're supposed to believe that Mr. Modi and the BJP stand only for development, that all the aggressive edges of Hindutva, the communal politics of the last 10-15 years, all that's a thing of the past. In this election, Mr. Shah made inflammatory speeches attacking Muslims. Election Commission finds him guilty. He apologizes. And then you give such a person who is seen making openly communal speeches, and that's a fairly good guide to his mindset. He can apologize for tactical reasons in order to get back into the campaign, but that doesn't change the way a man thinks. So if you're going to present this gentleman as the leader of the BJP, as the face of the BJP, you're sending a very calculated signal to the rest of the country, to voters, to the society at large, that BJP doesn't care about leaders who use inflammatory language. If anything, that's a ticket to greater glory and to greater responsibility. So I think that the party really needs to think hard about the decision it's poised to take because of the kind of very, very wrong signals.
No, but Siddharth Varadarajan, if we ask Sanjay Kaul that, he seems to think that it's extremely speculative and there's no basis for the argument that is being put forth. I want to bring in Arjun Morwadia of the Congress party also. And Arjun Morwadia, I want to ask you that CBI's first charge sheet. Now we have Sanjay Kaul also on the panel. CBI's first charge sheet against Amit Shah in the Sohrabuddin fake encounter case was filed in 2010. This was during the tenure of CBI Director Ashwani Kumar, who was later appointed as the governor of Nagaland by the UPA. Shah was then jailed for 2 months. CBI then filed a supplementary charge sheet against Shah in the Sohrabuddin fake encounter case and in the Tulsiram Prajapati case. This was under the tenure of Kumar's predecessor AP Singh, who was later appointed as a member of the UPSC. And at this point, Mr. Sanjay Kaul, I hope you're hearing, I'm asking the Congress party that what is wrong with the BJP when they say that all these cases have been motivated and done at the behest of the Congress party. Arjun Morwadia.
You know, I am just reminding Sanjay Kaul that government of Gujarat, particularly Home Department, on oath stated in the Supreme Court that yes, in Gujarat, our officer have did a fake encounter and they already started arresting some police officer. After that, after hearing some petition, the Supreme Court have ordered the investigation by the CBI, and the Supreme Court was still monitoring these particular fake encounter cases. If you know anything is wrong, then Supreme Court is there. Even government of Gujarat have paid 10 lakh rupees to the next to the kin of the Sohrabuddin.
Okay.
And charge sheet is already filed. Charge sheet have already been filed. But Amit Shah is not involved on this murder case.
Okay, let Sanjay Kaul respond to that.
Also involved in the Snoopgate case and in Snoopgate case too. In Snoopgate tape, every voice is Amit Shah voice. Amit Shah is monitoring the Snoopgate of the woman in whom the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi was interested.
No, you've raised a lot of issues. You've raised a lot of issues, Arjun Morwadia. I had asked you a different question. You've gone on a different tangent, but I want Sanjay Kaul to respond to that. Sanjay Kaul.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think you asked a fair question, and I think that was completely evaded by the Congress spokesperson.
So when I ask the Congress party, it's a fair question. When I ask you, it's a speculative question.
That was central to the argument that I am placing before you. And No, you are asking me about the appointment of Mr. Amit Shah, which is speculative, and it stands speculative even as we discuss it now. If you are discussing whether somebody has the right to be a president or not, I have answered to you that this is not a government position.
Okay.
Number two. Number three, I have said to you that the judgment on this is held back. I do not want people using the word fake encounter unless it is proved to be fake. Third, that you have yourself added two caveats that the Congress regime has frequently been rewarding officers who followed a certain pattern of behavior during their tenure. That has been exposed, and it stands exposed, and you have merely repeated that. The point is that Congress has no place to hide. And then for somebody to suggest, as somebody on your panel was suggesting earlier, that there is so much to learn, and the point is, you can't possibly be sitting in judgment, and when you have seen in the Ishra Jahan encounter case the CBI giving a clean sheet, the point is it's just a matter of time. So a man's career and a man's capacities cannot be put on hold until the process of law finally discovers that, I'm sorry, all along we knew this. And there is grounds for suspspon that the Congress operated in a motivated fashion. I don't think that's something to discover now.
No, I want to bring another point to your notice. A lawyer judge, I beg your pardon, who admonished Amit Shah's lawyer recently in a CBI court has been transferred. Senior Supreme Court lawyer and former Solicitor General Gopal Subramaniam spoke to Headlines Today yesterday, and he said that he indicated that his role as amicus curiae in the Sohrabuddin case may have come in the way of him becoming a judge of the Supreme Court. He was indicating that perhaps Amit Shah had a role to play. That's what he hinted at. These are very serious charges. And I will repeat and not make my question speculative. When such things are being brought to the notice, are being brought to the fore, shouldn't the BJP be slightly more circumspect when it looks at a person like Amit Shah as the possible BJP president? I'm just asking you, shouldn't the party be more circumspect?
No, I think I take a good question in good faith, but let me answer to the facts of what you just indicated. The question about the transfer of the judge, I think since you have mentioned that, you should also be aware that the Registrar General of the High Court has said very categorically that the judge himself asked for the transfer. Number one. And with regard to Mr. Subramaniam and his views on things, I think that is pretty much in public domain, the reasons that sort of a decision was taken. Now, coming back to your final point, which is that you're asking us whether a person who may or may not have such charges leveled against him should be the president of a party. I think the question begs your relief on the grounds that these are charges. And if you are going to constantly keep a man under pressure in this fashion, he will be able to function, he will not be able to function. How is the charges leveled against him by somebody else impacting his administrative faculties as far as the BJP party and its electoral requirements are concerned? That is the question to answer. And I don't think that holds water.
Okay. I want to bring in Neerja Chaudhary, who's joined us just now into the debate. Neerja Chaudhary, with the likelihood of Amit Shah becoming BJP president, they're saying it's just going to be an announcement now. It's going to be on the 28th most likely. Don't you think that now the control of Narendra Modi over not just the government, which he has an extremely strong hold over, but even the party, is complete?
I think that's true. That is the general impression. That's probably how it's going to pan out, and that's probably how he wants it, that both the party and government move in tandem and under his overall direction. So that would be the way I would certainly read if Amit Shah is made the party president.
But isn't it sending out a very dangerous kind of message? Given the kind of statements like Siddharth Varadarajan was mentioning, the way he went about the election campaign might have been a huge success for the BJP. But internally and for certain sections of society, the kind of statements that he came out with, is that the kind of image the BJP wants to have?
Obviously, it's the kind of, I mean, they're not worried about, what you're talking about. Neither is the RSS. If the decision has finally been taken that he is going to be and not Mr. JP Nadda, because till a few days ago, certainly there was a toss-up between the two. I think, it is not just his ability, organizational skills, or his ability to deliver, as we saw in Uttar Pradesh, which was a massive, without that victory, the BJP would not have got a clear majority, and it would have been a very different political scenario today. So certainly he's the architect of the BJP's majority that it's got, and the strong position that Mr. Narendra Modi finds himself in today. But there have been many good people and organizationally skilled people and good strategists. There are even Sanjay Joshi, Mr. Modi is better known, and Govindacharya. They're very well known organizers. But I think it is what makes Mr. Amit Shah eligible, in addition to all these skills, is his proximity to Narendra Modi. He has his ear, he has his confidence obviously, and a comfort level, a rapport, and that probably is the reason why he's going to be elevated, if that news is correct.
Siddharth Varadarajan, a lot has been said about the kind of autonomy or lack of it that the BJP now enjoys with the kind of strong stranglehold, in a sense, that Narendra Modi has, and his manner of working, not just within the government but now within the party. With this his close aide almost seeming to be tipped as the BJP president, what happens to that? We see that the RSS initially had reservations about Amit Shah. They've kind of conceded, or convinced rather. There were some like Sushma Swaraj and LK Advani not very happy with Amit Shah being given this role. They've also seemed to have been sidelined. So clearly the question of autonomy within the party and the government now seems to be receding even further.
Look, Mr. Modi is the undisputed leader of the BJP. And what he says goes. It's his diktat that is operational on everybody, and I would say even the RSS eventually has to lump it. This is the nature of the electoral victory that he has won. The campaign was fought in his name. It wasn't a campaign of Ab Ki Baar BJP Sarkar, it was a campaign of Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar. So the party and the RSS very consciously projected the cult of personality of Mr. Modi, and this has done them well in the elections. And Mr. Modi today is a person who is much larger than life as far as these two organizations are concerned. So it doesn't surprise me that his chosen person will be the front runner and eventually get the top post in the BJP. But even if that were not to be the case, anybody who suggests that the BJP will do things that are not in a way that's not to Mr. Modi's liking is simply not understanding the new reality. And I think every single BJP leader at the state level, at the national level, some may be sort of quiet and sulking, but you can't even say that they're biding their time, because so complete is Mr. Modi's dominance within the party that this is the reality, and all of them have to adjust to it.
Arjun Modwadia, what many have found very amusing as the criticism that has come from some quarters of the Congress party is when they've said that both the leaders are from Gujarat. It has been a concern raised by the RSS also. But even some Congress leaders have come to the fore and said Amit Shah and Narendra Modi both being from Gujarat is a lack of representation within the BJP, that not all quarters are being given representation. It's quite amusing coming from the Congress party, which has, which many have said that even Indira Gandhi held both the position of the president of the Congress party as well as the Prime Minister. Rajiv Gandhi also did that for a great extent.
Every party have their own strategy to appoint a president, but as far as BJP is concerned, they are always stating that the BJP have different chal, chalan and chehra, chal, chalan and charitra. That was a slogan. Nowadays, so many senior leaders is available within the party, but I think from Rajnath to other leaders seems to be irrelevant. Now only two deciding factor is there. One is Narendra Modi himself and second is RSS. So no voice of the other leaders, no seniority.
No, but when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, it was only one voice. It was not even two, it was just one voice. Indira Gandhi was the sole authority and the sole voice of the Congress party.
Yes,
that's why it's amusing when this criticism comes from you, Arjun Modwadia.
Nobody, that we have never claimed that we have an undisputed leader. We have undisputed leaders, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and even today we have an undisputed leader like Sonia Gandhi. So there is no question. But when the BJP is claiming that it is a democratic party, and president is there, if president is there, then some stature, president should have some stature. Then Amit Shah have a stature only to divide the society. In Gujarat too, and in Uttar Pradesh too. Even the criminal background is there. It is criminal background is not only supported by CBI only.
Okay.
But Gujarat police have registered the case.
Okay.
Gujarat police have registered the case.
Okay. Final word from Rija Chaudhary.
That is
with these kind of likelihoods. I'm not going to be over speculative, but if Amit Shah were to become the president, how do you see the party progressing? What do you see in terms of representation of other parts of the country? Because this is clearly going to be a Gujarat-centric leadership.
I think I don't give much importance to parties. Mainline parties have tended not to do that. Focus only on one state. Even Prime Minister, President with the Congress, you remember, couldn't be from the same state. But having said that, it is also true that Amit Shah came from Gujarat, and I remember when he was sent to UP, we used to talk about this. What does he know about UP and the ground realities of UP? But he has delivered, and that's a big statement. Now he will be, if he becomes the president, he will probably turn his attention to Maharashtra, Haryana, Delhi, Bihar, all the states, Tamil Nadu, Assam, Orissa, states where the BJP has made inroads, very convincing inroads, and they will want to convert those into victories. So, and the first challenge is going to be the big state of Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Okay.
So I think that is why they are bringing somebody who's a doer and a deliverer.
He's been a deliverer and we've seen that in Uttar Pradesh, but what does it mean for autonomy within the party, and what does it really mean in the end for Narendra Modi and his complete control and hold of not just the government but also the Bharatiya Janata Party? To Neeta Chaudhary, Siddharth Vardarajan, Arjun Morwaria and of course Sanjay Kaul, thank you so much for joining me here on To The Point this evening. That's all that I have time for. Thanks so much from my team and me, Mahrukh Inayat. We'll see you tomorrow.